part 4 of 4. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. Press the like button and don't forget to leave a comment. IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, UK leadership on the Motivator Show.
I must now come on to your leader, Nnamdi Kanu. He's still imprisoned. How have the negotiations with release progressed? And I'm hoping you might share some helpful and good information to us today, please.
Well, my heart actually breaks to discuss this particular topic because as we speak, today being Saturday, our leader was in court on Wednesday, and everybody expected that, having proven over these past 4 years of their prolonged persecution, which they claim is prosecution, that Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime known to law and humanity, and that he has no case to answer in the Nigerian court or judiciary. Given the fact that Nigeria committed an international crime of kidnapping him in Kenya and extraordinary renditioning him, a British citizen, to a third-party country called Nigeria. They don't even have the jurisdiction to try him, even if he were to have committed an offense. But in this case, he has not committed an offense. The case has been tried and retried. We have one victory before the Federal Court of Appeal in Abuja on the 13th of October, just a few days from now, will be 3 years. Gave a judgment of discharged and acquitted to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and even asked the government of Nigeria to pay him adequate compensation. Other courts, local courts in Nigeria, on the Umuahia, Enugu, other places, have given a similar verdict as well. The United Nations Human Rights Group on arbitrary detention also passed a ruling in the same October 2022, asking Nigeria, giving them precisely 6 months to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Nearly 3 years again, Nigeria has reneged, failed totally as they do. Then, most recently this year, a court in Kenya, where Nnamdi Kanu was legally before he was criminally kidnapped, also passed a judgment that the process of arresting him in court and taking him out of Kenya was illegal, condemning it and asking that he should be freed and possibly or potentially returned to Kenya, where he was, from where he can now go to wherever he chooses, including Britain that is a citizen of. None of this has gone through. And as I speak, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has an underlying medical conditions, have been very ill in the Nigerian illegal detention called the DSS headquarters in Abuja for more than 2 years now. They know his condition. He has raised alarm severally that they are giving him one wrong medication. They poisoned him. He said that he was poisoned in Kenya and continue to be poisoned in Abuja. They are waiting for his heart to pack up so that they can release him to die. Despite all this, last week, the court had a session and then adjourned to this Wednesday I just described. And everybody thought that definitely they must now release him, if not on anything, on health grounds, on medical grounds, which again is his right. Or reinstate his bail. He was enjoying bail in 2017 when Nigerian government came to kill him in his home. And in the process, 28 people were, they said officially, but we now know there's more than 28 people that died. So it's so painful that a few days ago he was in court. Despite all these arguments and evidence, The judge, who is a political judge, teleguided by the president and the ruling rogue regime of the APC party, decided to adjourn the case to the next week again. Next week, Thursday.
For what reason was it adjourned?
The prosecution claims though they have one submission to make or the other. The judge last week, this is the funniest part, refused to accept the medical report by qualified, Western-trained medical professionals who came to examine Nnamdi Kanu and explained that he has dangerously low levels of potassium and that his heart is at risk of failing at any time. They also said clearly other underlying health condition, which I'm not supposed to say here, but at least he should be released. The judge last week said no, he's going to ask the Nigerian Medical Association, in quote, to constitute a committee to go and see him and conduct their own test. Meanwhile, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, team of lawyers, a good team of sound minds that is representing him, who visit him 3 times a week at detention, said that the same Nigerian Medical Association had already sent some doctors to see him before the judge said that. But the judge insisted that a new committee will be set up. And now the committee has been set up. They've gone to see him. Just answer your question, what is his reason? He said, the committee submitted a report to the Attorney General of the Federation, not to him. How ridiculous.
How ridiculous.
The Attorney General, the judge is under the Attorney General. So if the Attorney General received the report, he could have passed it on to the judge.
Of course.
This is what they do. Nigeria is a crime scene and a theater of not funny comedies.
I understand. It's very sad to hear this. I'm disappointed.
And the man is at the verge of death.
Yes.
We don't know, but we've been warned in Nigeria that if anything untowardly, it's not a threat, it's a huge promise, happens to Nnamdi Kanu while still in their illegal custody, then they pushed us to the point of no return.
Let's see. There are much wider matters here for discussion, not here in the public forum, I would imagine. But I'm sad that this has not happened. And we can only hope that by this time, next Wednesday, you say?
Next Thursday, yeah.
Next Thursday, the date, whatever day that is next.
I think is it the 16th?
16th, yep.
Yeah.
16th.
Yeah, the 16th. That's what I joined on Wednesday to the 16th.
Right. Let's hope that by that date, common sense will prevail. Let's hope that.
I've already said they can run, they can hide, but they cannot escape this injustice. Or rather, the repercussions and the consequences of their inhumanity, their wickedness and injustice, they cannot escape it.
All right. There are some wider considerations here, but that is very sad to hear, and only plays into the hands of the enemies of Africa, in my view. But I know that there will be many, both within the continent and outside, which want to give support to the campaign that you've outlined with us today. How can Nigerians, I use the word deliberately, Nigerians in Britain support your campaign? So Nigerians, it could be Nigerian in Biafra, it could be Europe, it could be Hausa, it could be others.
We need everybody to support.
We need everybody.
Yes.
Well, how can they join with the campaign? What have you created forms in which they can join with the campaign to support your initiative? Tell us what is the framework you've set up for them?
Yeah, we have forums, and some of them are closed forums. They're not open to everybody.
Indeed.
We also have, as I said, what we call evangelism, our outreach program, where we do have in the past, especially under my humble leadership in the UK, worked in collaboration with other ethnic nationalities. The Yoruba Now movement have been with us to protest, to 10 Downing Street, Trafalgar Square, Parliament Square, and other places together, even in Edinburgh in 2023. We always invite them to our program, and we always appeal to them to reach out to their wider communities. We do attend community meetings as part of our community engagement program. This community association, Nigerian communities groups, do have meetings, both physical and virtual, and we attend. We seek opportunity to speak to them, which many of them have been confessing that it didn't used to happen before with IPOB. They are getting and getting better understanding of our vision, our mission, contrary to the propaganda that the Nigerian government and the haters of Biafra freedom sell to them out there. We debunk all this disinformation on daily basis, and we enjoin people to join us in doing so. Remove emotions and sentiments. This is not about tribalism. This is not about religiosity. This is not about. This is about humanity. It's about freedom. So we want people to put themselves in our shoes. And also, don't forget, our people are being killed on daily basis.
Yes.
In Biafra land, in Igbo land especially, using government-sponsored agents, stores, rogues they call bandits, to murder our people on daily basis. IPOB has raised a vigilante security outfit called the Eastern Security Network. These are volunteers, young men and women who have volunteered to protect our land. At least they have done a good job. If not, we would have been wiped out, right? That was the original plan. But they've been repelling them and pushing them back. They need support. We do always conduct ESN fundraising for them. They need support for their welfare. Some of them have abandoned their wives, their children, or their husbands and gone into that voluntary service. Their families need support. The children need to go to school. They need to feed. People's businesses have been crumbled back in Nigeria just because of their affinity or affiliation with Biafra Restoration Mission of IPOB. And IPOB take care of all these people. Either through the medical corps, people who get, those who didn't die get injured. They have nobody to take them to hospital and pay their hospital bill, the welfare and everything. IPOB do this. So we do need funding. IPOB is about the only liberation movement that in the world, from my own research, that is 100% self-funded.
Okay.
Do a research of Africa. All the liberation movement you see in Africa, including even the ANC, South Africa, got funders, huge funders. And we know those and the big money they have. But IPOB, now they cannot refuse any funding externally and say, we will fund it. So we, IPOB members, fund it. We contribute every month from our own little mega earnings and whatever we have. People have emptied their savings because that is how much they desire freedom above material things. Personally, I know the sacrifice I have made. Sometimes my family go hungry. My wife is not very happy about it. But we have to make the sacrifices.
Can I ask you for your website address, please?
It's www.ipob.org. And for people who want to just go on there, then you see the links to supporting us in whichever way, and also the materials that can help you enlighten you. Put in any request or any information you want to get, then a team will get back to the person. Our website is, we manage these things because we are constantly under attack. So our information management IQ has gone up notch because of the experiences we have had with the people we are dealing with. How wicked, how cruel, how inhuman the government of Nigeria and officials can be.
All right. Can I just ask this subsidiary question? I'm aware of the other African organisation, NINAS. Are you and NINAS coming together now? Is there a framework in which the two organisations are able to collaborate and demonstrate its respect and unity on behalf of all Biafrans?
Yeah, we are open to that. Last time I was on your show, I was with my sister from Ninas.
Indeed. Indeed.
We talked. Um, since that time, it's a little over a year now.
Yes.
The truth is that we've been immersed in this struggle for the freedom of our leader. You know, last time I spoke to you last year on this show, I did say with a high level of optimism that he was going to come out last year.
Yes.
Or frankly speaking, I didn't expect him to be there up to now. So that somehow has also not allowed us to make certain moves. But as I said to you, we are making that regardless now. And in due course, we reach out to Ninas. We are open to them to reach out to us.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm sure they will appreciate the enormity of what is facing IPOB. And if I were in their shoes, I will make the move first. And we're more than open to collaborate. But he who comes to equity must come with clean hands.
That's all we want to hear. That's all we want to hear. Unity, respect, collaboration. Okay.
Absolutely.
Can I just now, again, your responses to my questions, I know have inspired my audience. Okay. What is your final words to the people here? What is your final words?
First, to my fellow Biafrans, I want to encourage you to remain resolute, stay sure, no retreat, no surrender.
Mm-hmm.
We will win this battle. Victory is surely ours. To my wider African heritage people that I love so much, I want to plead with you and appeal to you especially to make out your time to find out exactly what we stand for. Some of the things I've said on this show this morning, and a lot more that our time will not even permit me to say. Find out for yourself. If it touches you in your conscience, if you're pricked, if you're worried, if you're concerned about our future, reach out to us. There's a definite room and opportunity for us to work together for the greater unity and diversity of not just Biafrans, but the entire black race. Because when Biafra is fully restored, and so shall it be by the special grace of Chukwuka Abiyama, God Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, in whom all authority come under. When Biafra is fully restored, you will have a home in Biafra, because Biafra is your home. The motivator can guarantee you have a palace. And we will all rejoice in a free land. Ready. I forgot to say this when I was describing Biafra historically and geographically. Again, do your research. Biafra is at the center of the universe. We are located on the equator. Latitude 0, longitude 0. Go and verify. There must be a reason why God made that place on earth. And this is what I want to leave you with. We do not call it God's kingdom on earth because we want to brag. It is a fact. And those who are against Biafra know that the day Biafra rises, not only the black race will rise, Africa will rise, and the whole world will rise. All the suppressed people on earth will rise. Why don't you be a part of it? Thank you very much.
Oh, wonderful. And thank you very much for those inspirational words. We're with you. We support you. We want you to succeed. Because through your success, we will have peace and harmony across the continent. And that's ultimately what we need if we're to prepare the right environment for our children's children to thrive. Yeah. But there's much work to be done and requires the courage of ordinary men and women to stand up and be counted. That requires courage. I recognize that. The majority want to hide and ultimately wait to follow. I get that. But there are a significant proportion who want to move forward together. Again, I'm going to use those words: collaboration, respect, unity.
Sure.
Thank me. I would just thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. And let's keep monitoring. Let's see what happens on the 16th. Let's hope that the economy will be released finally, so that he can spread peace and prosperity to all Nigerians. Because clearly,
Yes.
if Biafra is free, if Biafra can find that unity, respect, Nigeria will be free. And indeed, that Pan-African dream of the greater Africa can be realized. It cannot be realized whilst we have these internal divisions, that's for sure. I'm honored to have had you today. You mustn't be a stranger. I can see that the number of activities you're involved in is such that we need to keep abreast of your progress, because your progress is all of our progress.
They are very much open, and I would also love to invite you sometime to Radio Biafra. So yes.
It'll be my honor to be there. It'll be my honor today.
Yeah.
But I want you to leave me today in the maximum respect and honor for the commitment you have to your people, and indeed your commitment, therefore, to Africa and the future vision we have for our children's children. Thank you. Long may you stay. Shalom.
Yeah.
God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's the Motivator here. Hope you enjoyed that fantastic podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, or at the very least, give us a like. And don't forget the next video on screen. Click through and enjoy.